The session is recording. So now let's talk about the static IP and dynamic IP. Okay, a small thing about it. So static IP address and dynamic IP address. So what you heard about the static and dynamic IP address? Any one of you?
Um, for static, I think it is you have remote access, and in like dynamic, it's mostly for like our mobile phones, etc. that we use.
So generally, the public IP address given by whom?
Um, Public
Internet
IP,
providers.
yeah, internet provider.
Perfect. Internet service provider will give the public IP address. That is what we use in our network. Okay.
Yeah.
So public IP address will be common for all our devices which are connected in our house or office. Okay. The public IP address will be classified in two ways by the network administrator. Okay. One is static way or dynamic way. So what is meant by static way? Static way means they can give that IP address, they can assign you, they can assign the particular serial IP address permanently to you. Okay.
Okay.
So network service provider before that they will ask you, sir, do you want to keep the public IP address permanently, the same series only? If it is a dynamic IP address means the series might change. Okay,
Okay.
the public IP address which is given by the internet service provider, he will assign the public IP address for us in two ways. One is static IP address and the one is dynamic IP address. The static IP address, dynamic IP address means that is not a type of IP address, the way of assigning the IP address. The public, why the static IP address we need to choose? See, in our house we will use the dynamic IP address, not the static IP address. Okay. So what is the difference it is? Let me show you. Can someone read this one?
Yeah. So in static IP addressing, an IP address is permanently assigned to you by your administrator as long as your contract is in good standing and does not change even if your computer reboots. A static IP address is usually assigned to a server hosted style website and providing email, database, and FTP services. A static IP address is also assigned to a commercial leased line or a public organization requiring the same IP address every time. Since a static IP address is assigned to you, you'll have to manually configure your machine, router, or server.
Okay. So static IP address means that is the permanently assigned to. So the internet service provider will give you a specific series of IP address that series of IP address will not be changed. Okay.
Okay.
So even you restart your router, even the power supply is off, your IP address will never change. Your public IP address will never change. That will keep like that. Okay. But when you choose the dynamic IP address, the public IP address will keep changing even if you restart the computer, even you restart the router, or when you lose the power supply, the public IP address will keep changing. But it doesn't mean that whenever the public IP address changes, you will not lose the internet. You will not lose the internet, but the series of the public IP address will get changed. You got me? Then what is the advantages of the static IP address? Okay, here the thing is, for example, you have a restaurant. You have a restaurant and you are using the internet cameras. Okay,
Uh-huh.
you are using the
Okay.
internet cameras. All your internet cameras can be accessed all over the world from your mobile phone. Yes or no?
Yeah.
We can access our restaurant cameras, shops cameras anywhere from the world. How it was accessing? We will give the public IP address and port number in the camera, and as well as the same public IP address and the port number we will assign that in our mobile phone camera app as well. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
the both sides, the IP address and port numbers are completely same. So that is in our whatever the IP address, whatever the public IP address and port number is assigned in the cameras, the same public IP address and the port number is assigned in the mobile phone app. So that is the reason we are getting the stable connection. What if, what if you use the dynamic IP address, if the power supply restarted or system rebooted, the public IP address will change. The series of the IP address will change. Then you will lose the connection. So that is the reason we should use the static IP address in the business point of view. You got me?
Yeah.
But coming to
Yeah.
the dynamic IP address, we can use the dynamic IP address. So Bharat, we can use the static IP address even in your house, right? Why do we need to go for the dynamic IP address? Why? Because see, dynamic IP address is cheaper compared to the static IP address. See, so your internet service provider, how much he is charging for per month?
Um, I'm not sure. My
For example,
500.
maybe 5 to 600 rupees per month. Okay. If you want to use the stat, if you want to use your public IP address permanently only for your network, he will charge around 3,000 to 6,000 rupees additionally for one time. You got me? So you are buying that particular series only for your network only. You got me, gentlemen? So you have to pay additionally. You have to pay additionally for your static IP address. So the dynamic IP address is cheaper compared to the static IP address. The dynamic IP address is cheaper compared to the static IP address. Okay, changing the IP address will give the more privacy. So why the changing the IP address will give the more privacy? Dynamic IP address will keep changing in a day, but you will not lose the connection. But the series of the IP will change. Okay. So if the attacker wants to hack your computer, your IP address will keep changing. So it is unable to hack your device. Yes or no?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
why? Because your IP address keep changing, he was unable to concentrate on your device. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so when it comes to the dynamic IP, when it comes to static IP address, it is completely expensive compared to the dynamic IP address. Static IP address is expensive compared to the dynamic IP address, and as well as the static IP address will be permanent for us, right? So anyone can concentrate on our IP address. Anyone can attack on our IP address. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, maybe day after tomorrow. You got me, gentlemen.
Yeah.
So the static and dynamic
Yeah.
have the both benefits and as well as the problems too. Clear?
So, like, Anna, in terms of static IP, like, since you're saying it's more prone to attacks, like, is dynamic IP more safer? Like, it's more secure
Yes.
because it keeps changing, right?
Yes, but the stability of the connection we don't have in the dynamic IP address. Okay. Our
Okay.
our house address our house address will keep changing means we will someone will face the problem, right? You know.
Yeah.
So in the same way, the dynamic IP, the public, the in the dynamic IP, the dynamic address, the public IP address will keep changing. Okay, we don't have the stable connection. If you have a server, if you maintain a server, if you have any kind of company, you will face the problem while changing that address. So that is the reason for the corporate companies and business people, they will use a static IP address. Coming to the house people or residential, they will go with the dynamic IP address. So what is our primary agenda? Internet in the house. Okay, so whether the IP address change or not, who cares about it in the house? Will you care about the IP address changing? Even I don't care about the IP address changing in my house. I need the internet. But when it comes to the corporate level, the connectivity of the servers is important. Okay. If I want to connect to the specific server, hello.
Yeah. Okay.
If I want to connect to the specific server, I just want to keep my connection stable. Okay, keep my connection stable, I need to use a static IP address. So I'm telling you again, the static and dynamic is not the types of IP address, is the way of assigning the IP address. You got me?
Yeah.
Okay. If you keep the IP address permanently like that, So that is called static IP address. If the IP address keep changing, that is called dynamic IP address. Clear?
Yeah,
Who will deal
got it.
with that? The
Yeah.
administrator. The admin department will deal with that. Okay.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
so now let's come back, come to the proxies and VPNs. Okay. So how many of you watch movies like in a movie, the villain tries to change his location from the his internet location from the one location to the another location. For example, did you see the Vishal movie?
The which
Yeah, Abhimanyu.
Yeah, Abhimanyu. Yeah, correct.
Abhimanyu.
Yes, correct, correct.
Yeah. Arjun
So
and Vishal.
yes, Arjun and Vishal. So over there, the villain tries to keep changing his location from one place to another. Okay.
Yeah.
So one time
Dark devil.
he will be in the China, one time he will be in the Russia, sometimes he will be in the India. So, like that, the IP address will keep changing by the villain. But actually, he will be in the same location. But how the IP addresses will be changed from one location to the another location? You know, um, basically our house addresses, our physical house addresses, are the identity for us. So if you want to meet me, you have to come to the Andhra Pradesh or the particular location or something like that. So if you want to meet the Teja, his door number is needed. If you want to meet Mani, his city and the street and the door number is needed. So if you know the door number, then we can easily find the person. Okay. In
Yeah.
the same way, in the internet, the IP addresses are just like a door number for the devices. Okay. IP address can be used to identify the devices. Anyway, you asked me, right, what is meant by IP address? Okay. So who asked me
Okay.
that?
me.
Can you read this one?
Yeah.
Oh wait, him. Sorry, my bad. The IP is a logical address and unique identification label assigned to each device connected to a computer network or communication. The Internet Protocol is responsible for addressing hosts, encapsulating data into datagrams, and routing datagrams from a source host to a destination host across one or more IP networks.
Okay. So the thing is the IP address is a unique identification number. It is a label. It is a unique identification label, just like a human fingerprints. So human fingerprints doesn't match with the any other human. In the same way, one IP address will not match with the any other number. So it was actually a logical address. It was a numeric one. You got me? So by using this IP address, we can identify the devices in the network. Clear?
Yeah.
So now, so to connect with the, so most of the people says that IP address is need to connect with the another computer. I'm saying that to be clear that I'm giving a more clarification on that. So IP address is not enough to connect to any kind of device. So IP address plus port number is needed. Okay. So if you want to connect to the any device, if you want to connect to the any device and transfer the data, so definitely the IP address and the port number is very much important. So what is the use of the IP address? IP address is to identify the device. It is a house address. So what is meant by port number? Which can transfer the information from one place to another. So this is just like a tunnel which can sense the data. Okay. So how many ports are there in the network?
Uh,
Okay, don't worry. Don't worry. There are two different types of ports are there. One is physical port. What is meant by physical ports? Pen drive port, memory card port. Those are called the physical ports. When it comes to network ports, we are talking about the network ports. Okay.
okay.
So network ports are like 65,536,000 ports are available in the network. Okay. It is not about the all over the world for each and every device. For your mobile phone, 65,536 ports are there, and for your computer, 65,536 ports are there. For every device having the 65,536 ports are there. You got me, gentlemen? Okay.
Yeah.
So each and every port number has one service. So one port number, one PORT port number can only use for the one service. Okay. So
Yeah.
one port number you can use only for the one service. You cannot use the one port number for the two services. Now the question, again, another question, what is meant by service? A service can be, so you are using the email as a service. So you are sending the mail from your computer to another computer. So if you want to send a mail, the IP address is not enough. Even the port number is also needed. You got me? So email is a service. FTP is a service. File transfer protocol is a service. Understanding? So accessing the website, even the HTTP is also service. Okay, HTTPS also have the port number. For each and everything have the port numbers. Okay, you got me, gentlemen. Each and every service has the one single port number. If the one service was already assigned to the port number, you cannot use that port number for the another thing. You got me?
Yeah.
So, so this knowledge is more than enough for you guys. In future, we'll discuss about it later. Okay. Now, the main thing is today we're going to discuss about the port number, proxy, 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 and VPNs. Have you heard about the proxy? Um,
No,
hmm,
unless you mentioned it.
anyone? Manigaru?
Just a listen that word, but I don't know what it is.
So basically, the proxies and VPNs are just like a siblings, not the twins. Twins means what? Exactly the same. But the siblings means same type of blood, but the different work. You got me?
Yeah,
So the proxies and VPNs, the proxies are different one and the VPNs are different one. These are the not single thing. The proxy, let's discuss about the proxies and VPNs. Okay.
Okay.
So the proxies can be used to surf the proxies and VPNs can be used to surf the internet anonymously. Okay. The proxies and VPNs can be used to surf the internet anonymously. Okay. If you want to access the internet without revealing your address means what? IP address. Okay. If someone knows your public IP address, they can easily hack you. Okay. They can easily trace you. You got me, gentlemen.
yeah,
Yeah.
So when Teja go outside, when Money go outside, he will not reveal his house address. No one will do that. Why? Because the privacy is very much important. In the same way, whenever we are accessing the internet, privacy is also very much important, or else someone will try to track you, someone will try to find your personal information of your computer. So by using the IP address, they will try to track your computer and they will try to hack your computer and they will gather the information. So that is the reason the proxies and VPNs can be used to surf the internet anonymously. So you can change your public IP address. Okay? Why? Because whatever you search in the internet, your information will go out with the public IP address, not with the no, not with the local IP address. Am I correct or wrong?
yeah,
So when you search in the internet anything, your public IP address will go out, not the local IP address. So we need to hide our public IP address. How can we change our public IP address? Either we use with the proxies or either we use with the VPNs. Okay. Now let me explain you the differences between the proxies and VPNs. There are strengths and weaknesses are available in between that. Okay. I think I have already given a
Okay.
prompt in the internet in the past. Give me a second. Previously, I have created a very good table. That is the reason I just want to. I have already asked previously. He's not checking my record, I guess.
It's giving a general difference.
Hmm. Let me tell you. These are some of the few points are true, some of the points are false. So whatever I said, you just note it down, okay? If you want it. So basically, the proxies and VPNs can hide your IP address. That is actually true, okay? And the proxies does not have the encryption. The VPNs have the strong encryption, okay? The proxies does not have any kind of encryption. The VPNs have the strong encryption. You got me, gentlemen?
Yeah.
But they given wrong thing over here. The proxies are slower. The proxies are slower in process. The VPNs are faster in process. The proxies are slower in use. The VPNs are faster in use. Okay, you got me, gentlemen. So the proxies are
Yeah.
free of cost or cheap. The proxies are free of cost or cheap. VPNs are paid. VPNs are paid services. The proxies are free or cheap. Okay. The next one is the proxies has the limitations. The proxies has the limitations only for the specific browser. The proxies has the limitations to hide the IP address of the specific applications in a browser. For example, we can only use the proxy only in your browser. So whatever you browse in this particular browser, for example, you can assign the proxy for your Chrome browser. Whatever you browse in the Chrome browser, that applications only will change the IP address. Okay, only the proxy is only for the accessible for the specific browser only, not to the entire computer. You got me, gentlemen. But coming to the VPN, okay, the VPN can change the IP address of the whole internet. Even if you use the Skype in your computer, even if you use the face, even if you use the any other application, even if you use the Teams in your computer, even if you use the Skype in your computer, or even if you use any kind of browser in your computer, this will spread for all the devices. So all the applications in your computer. VPN can do that, but the proxy is very limited for the specific applications and websites in a browser. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions?
Okay.
Okay,
No.
right. Now, let me tell you why the
Bro, can you
proxies are.
share this table to us?
This table has some wrong information is also available. So that is the reason I was unable to. You got me.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
if you want it,
Okay.
I can share it. But the thing is, some of the wrong information is also available. So that is, I didn't mention all the information for you, right? Am I correct or wrong?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some information is missing. So that is the reason I was not sharing it. Okay.
Okay.
So here,
Yeah.
why the proxies are very slow and the VPNs are very fast? I will tell you. Have you heard about the Tor?
No, bro.
Have you heard about the dark web, deep web, surface web,
Ah,
something
yeah.
like that?
Tar. Onion. That
Yeah.
onion. Yes.
So basically, the internet will be classified into three types, three parts: surface web, deep web, and dark web. Okay. First one is surface web. Second one is deep web.
Deep web.
Third one is dark web. Everyone can access the surface web, something like Facebook, newses, social media accounts, and the newses, and the general websites, blogs. Okay, those are all will comes under the surface web. Everyone can access that. Coming to the deep web, what it contains, the deep web contains the government documents, forged documents, passports, okay, drugs. All these things will be available in the deep web. What available in the dark web? In the child porn, human trafficking, hitman hiring. Okay, hitman
So it's
hiring means killing the
legal
someone,
things.
and a weapon selling. Even the nuclear weapons also they will sell. Okay, and
Okay.
the human trafficking. Such kind of things will be done by the dark web. Okay, you got me, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, right. So all the different types of illegal activities will be done. So I'm not saying that the accessing the dark web and the deep web is an illegal. So I'm not saying that. So accessing the dark web and deep web is not illegal. So that is pretty sure. Okay. So why?
Yeah.
Because even the fruit seller also will use the dark web and deep web. Some of the people will buy and sell the books. Some of the people will buy and sell the vegetables. Okay. So like, a lot of people will do a lot of ethical things in the dark web and deep web also. So accessing the dark web and deep web is not illegal. That is for sure. Okay, gentlemen.
Okay.
So some people will say is that if you access the Tor browser, if you access the deep web or dark web, someone will come and arrest you. So that is a false data. Okay. So how we can access the Tor browser? So basically you know the Chrome browser and the Firefox browser, right? The Chrome
Yeah.
browser and the Firefox browser and Opera, all these things can access the normal internet. Okay. If you want to access the out of the internet, okay, if you want to see the dark side of the internet, you can go with the you can use the Tor browser, TO or Tor browser. Understanding?
Yeah.
So Tor browser is a browser which can specially designed to access the deep web and dark web. Okay. So if you ask me, both deep web and dark web specially accesses by the Tor web, how it is possible? So if you ask me that, so there is a links we can call it as onion dot onion. Okay. So you I think you know about the .com, .org,
Yeah. Dot in.
dot
Dot
in
in.
all these websites, but some only very few people will heard about the onion links. This onion links cannot be open in the normal web browsers, any of the normal web browsers. Only these links can be accessed by the opened by the Tor browsers only. So this is the key links. Okay, only openable in the Tor browser. You got me?
Yeah.
Clear, gentlemen? Any
Bro,
question?
is it safe to use? Is it safe to use Tor?
So if you ask me the is it
Tor
safe to use the Tor? So some people will say that it is safe to use, and some people will say that it is not safe to use. I will tell you why it is safe and why it is not safe in my point of view. Okay, technically, generally, basically the Tor connection, basically the dark web and deep web, which is created by the law enforcement. Okay, U.S. Naval Law Enforcement. They created this kind of environment. So once upon a time they created this kind of crowdy environment. So in that, if anyone do anything, no one knows about anything. So how it was like, for example, there are 200 people are there in the class. 200 people, 200 students are there in the class. So out of those 200 students, if any student shouts against the class teacher from the backside of the bench, does the class teacher can identify that?
no.
No.
Obviously no. Why? Because there are a lot of 200 people out there. Out of those 200 people, obviously class teacher cannot identify that particular person. In the same way, in the Tor browser, everyone will be there, but no one knows who is doing that. But only one thing is the other person beside you, the other person beside your IP address can see what actually you are doing, and he can do the blackmail against you. You got me? So how he can see you? There are entry level nodes, exit level nodes are available in the Tor browser. I'm saying that Tor is completely secure, completely secure. Why? Because in the Tor browser, your IP address will keep changing for every second. For every second, your IP address will keep changing. So no one was unable to track you, your footprints. So your IP address will change, and obviously, whatever the IP address you left, that IP address will get destroyed. Okay, all your footprints will get destroyed. Whatever the stepping stones, whatever wherever you step on the stones, those stones will get destroyed for every time. But one thing is, the entry level nodes, the exit nodes are available. Entry nodes and exit nodes. Okay, in Tor browser. So basically. So from where you are entering, from where you are exiting, that information will be seen by the other people. But the thing is, where you are going, that information cannot be seen by the other people. You got me, gentlemen? Okay. Once you from where you were entering into the internet, into the Tor browser. So why? Because the entry nodes, the entry point of the Tor browser, Tor network, the exit of the Tor network is not secure, not encrypted. Okay, the rest of the middle part will get and it will be encrypted. You got me point, gentlemen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you should be very conscious. So some people says the Tor browser is secure, but according to my point of view, the entry nodes and exit nodes are not encrypted. So you have to be careful about that. So to secure yourself, what you need to do means you need to install some additional security layers, something like VPNs, additional VPNs in your computer. For example, obviously, once you download the Tor browser, if you enter into the Tor browser, obviously your IP address will change. Okay, but someone wants to track your locations, or someone wants to track your entry nodes or exit nodes. So you should definitely use the VPN for your computer. Okay, okay.
Okay.
So using the VPNs for your computer, that will act like a additional security, additional layer of the security for you to protect you. You got me?
Okay. An
Clear?
extra layer, right?
Extra layer. Yes, correct. Okay. So how we can use the proxies? So now let me tell you why the proxies are very slow. So if you see this from the one computer to the another computer, so for example, Alice is the computer, right? So this has the one IP address. This has one IP address. From this you are accessing the Facebook. Imagine. So from this computer you are trying to access in the Facebook. Gentlemen, are you available?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So from the Alice computer, you are accessing the Facebook. So your IP address will change. Sorry. So when it comes to this computer to this computer, your IP address will be changed over here. Why? Because the first computer IP address will get revealed, will be leaved, and the second computer IP address will be assigned to you. And finally, the second when your connection will go to another computer, your IP address will change with the third computer. When it goes to over here, your IP address will go changes to the fourth computer. You got me? So like this, your IP address will keep changing from the one device to the other device. You got me, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Okay, so when you try to search the Facebook in the Tor browser or anyone by if you use a proxy, something like that, your IP address will keep changing from the one location to the another location. So basically, have you heard about the TTL, time to leave?
No, I haven't heard.
So basically, whenever we speak, so how we communicate together by using the sound. Okay,
Yeah.
sound is made up of the waves. Yes or no?
Yeah.
In the same way,
Yes.
how in the internet we are communicating? In the internet, we are communicating with the data. Okay, the data is made up of the packets. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so each and every packet has a traveling life period. So, for example, if the packet is generated, after some time, the packet will dead. It doesn't matter whether it is reaches or not. Okay, if the time left, the packet will dead. Okay, in the same way, if you search the Facebook by using the Alice computer. So from this IP address, not the computer, from this IP, from the first IP address, you searched in the internet. Are you following me, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from the first computer, you are searching the Facebook in the internet. Okay. So when it go that will goes to the another computer, and that will goes to another computer, and that will goes to another computer. We don't know how many connections are there in between the you and your server. We don't know. This is just an example. In between the you and your server, only three connections it is showing. Okay. In between the you and in between the you and the Facebook server, we don't know how many connections will be there in the proxies and proxies. Okay. In this moment, when so I told you right. So each and every packet, the packet will transfer the data. Each and every packet has the time period time period to live. Okay. So if the packet was not reaches to destination on the time, the packet will dead in the middle.
Okay.
Okay. If the packet was dead
Okay.
means the request will not reaches to the server. If the request was not reaches to the server will not respond back.
Okay.
You got me, gentlemen.
Yeah.
For example, uh, so you and money, the Teja and money is talking with each other, but you and money has a lot of distance. Okay, your sound, the human sounds has some kind of limitations. So if it reaches to some destination, if it reaches to some location, it will be destroyed in the air. Okay, if the you and money distance is very less, the the packets will reaches to the money's location. If the money is so far, the packets will not travel to that level of distance. In the same way, if the number of devices or in the number of devices in between the server and you is more means your packets will not reach properly. If your packets will not reach means there is no request from you. If there is no request from you, there is no response from the server. You got me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So like this, if whenever you are using the proxies, we don't know how many interconnections is there in between the you and your server. So sometimes the proxies are very slow. Whenever we are using the proxies, the websites will load very slowly, or sometimes the website will not load not at all. Why? Because our packets might be dead in the middle. You got me, gentlemen?
Okay.
Yeah.
What happens if they're dead in the middle then? Would it just cut the process? It would kill the process?
So if the packets was not reaches to the location, so in the web browser it says that there is no internet, unable to reach the website.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
internet will be there, but you are unable to open that website. Website can't open. Okay.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Because you are asking the website open this particular page. Okay. Your request is not going to that particular website. So then how the website will load? Not loaded. Okay. You got me, gentlemen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now, a few questions I will ask you. So, how the data will transfer in the internet?
Um, so if you have like when you open a website or like
In the form of the packets.
so in packets, so first the data gets broken into packets, and then packets travel through router, and then you have different types of networks that it passes through, like maybe different servers or like YouTube servers or like Google servers, and then you
Yes.
have a request.
So
So from the request,
does the
it has,
packet has a time period to reach the destination?
yeah, it'll have the time period, right?
So how you will do, how so through which concept you will understand that particular one?
Um, I'm not sure.
TTL, time to live.
Okay, TTL.
So when you read about the concept of the time to live, TTL, you can understand how the packets will reach destination, what is the time. So why the websites will not, why don't we get the response back from the servers? All these things you can understand. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So when I tell this kind of topics like about TTL or something like that, you just note it on a rough and read about that concepts. You got me, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Okay. So so that is the reason the proxies are very slow. So how can you use the proxies right now? How can we use the proxies right now? So you can take any one of your favorite browser, either the Chrome browser, Firefox browser, any one of the browser. Okay. Right
Okay.
now, I was taking for the example, Firefox. So you can question me, Bharat, why you are not using your Chrome browser over here? Already we are using the Chrome browser, right? Why don't we use the Chrome browser means right now? If I try to change the IP address of my browser, so I will face the temporary disconnection of the internet. So that is the reason I was so when I lost the internet from the particular browser, you will lose the connection with me. So that is the reason I was taking the another browser. Okay.
Okay.
So let me show you. So generally, when you open your any one of your favorite browser like this, you can access the internet like this. Okay. So how can you change your public IP address? Before that, I will tell you what is the IP address of yours. So the current IP address of yours is, if you search in the internet like what is my IP, what is my IP? If you search in the internet, you can find a lot of websites. Okay. Then you can visit any one of the website and you can check your IP address. So this is my current public IP address 172.175.101. Okay. So internet service provider is Excel Media, a location from the Andhra Pradesh. Okay. Now, now let's change the
Uh,
IP. Tell me.
in that site, it's written IPv4 and
4 and
IPv6, right? What is that? Like,
IPv4 means version 4 and IPv6 means version 6. So there are two different types of IP addresses are available in the internet. One is IPv4 address and another one is IPv6 address. Okay. I will tell you why the IPv6 was involved. From the olden days, from our birth, we are using the IPv4 versions only. Yes or no? But all of
yeah.
sudden, you have seen the IPv6 recently. Yes or no?
yeah.
Why the IPv6 was involved? Okay. The IPv4 has the four octets. Octet means what? Each and every slot we can call as octet. Octet 1, octet 2, octet 3, octet 4. Okay? Octet. Okay? For example,
Can you spell that word, Anna? What is that word?
octet. I will send a video about that.
Okay.
Okay? Give me a
Okay.
second. What is IPv4 and IPv6. This is the very, very best video I can share with you. YouTube, very clearly they will explain this particular video. Okay.
An
This will
IP
tell
address is
you
a
what is the IPv4, what is IP address, and what is IPv4, and what is IPv6, and what is meant by octet. Everything they will explain you very clearly in a piece of cake way. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Where is our group?
Uh, yeah, that one.
That one.
Don't forget. So definitely say this. If you don't like it, just tell me. So why? Because I like this very much, very much. The way of explanation is very good in this video about that IPv4 and IPv6. Okay, but in simple way, I will tell you what is the IPv6 and IPv6. For example, money. So what is the combination? What is the permutation and combination for the one two? What is the combination? What is the permutation and combination for the one two?
I don't get it.
212211.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So the combinations is done or not? The combinations are
Yeah.
over. Can we create the more combinations like this?
No.
So basically, when the IPv4 designed, our scientists decide that the IPv4 combinations are more than enough to survive in the internet. But because of the more increasing the internet, but because of the more population, more accessibility of the internet, the combinations are done in the IPv4. So that is the reason IPv6 also introduced.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You got me, gentlemen. So these are the two different types of the IPv4 and IPv6. Okay.
Yeah.
So in the IPv6, the alphabets and the numerics will be both will be there. So the combinations will be increased more. Okay.
Uh,
That will be served for the next more generations. Okay. So that is the reason we introduced the IPv6. Clear? That is the difference between the IPv4 and IPv6. The more clearly was explained over here. Okay.
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 Why? Because we are digging into the deeper of the very alphabets, so that will take a lot of time for us. But definitely ask me. So, Bharat, if you have any kind of questions about the basic level of topics, definitely you can ask me. I will be the best reference for you. Okay, gentlemen?
Okay.
Okay, very good. So, I told you right to put the proxy. Let's how to enable the proxy, how to use the proxy. Okay. If you search in the internet, if you search in the internet, free proxy list, even you can purchase the proxy list. Okay. There are some free proxy lists are available. If you type like free proxy list in the internet, okay, there are a lot of websites you can see over here. Lot of websites. So in that, the first website I was trying to open. First website I was trying to open. If you scroll down, the list of proxies you can see. The IP address and the port number. I told you, right? If you want to connect any kind of device, definitely you need the IP address and as well as the port number. Am I correct or wrong?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
the IP address and the port number also given. So it says that Indonesia. This is the Indonesia country, and this is the United States country. This is the France, and this is the Iran. This is the Germany. So like this, there are a lot of countries are available over here. Okay, you can choose any one of the country you want to. Okay. Not only this website, there are a lot of other websites are also available in the internet. See, the Brazil is there. Okay. So how can I use this
Anna,
proxies?
I have
Uh,
so like so if we are in India currently and we are using we have a fixed proxy, right, for India.
you have the
Is
fixed public IP address for you. The public
okay.
IP address will be given by the internet service provider. That public IP address we are going to change.
Okay, so we can change it within anywhere in the country, and we can also change it anywhere internationally, also, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, okay,
So if this is the, let's take the IP address. So currently your IP address was like 175.0.0.0.1, right? Starts with yes or no? So if you do any kind of crime with this 175.0.1, so obviously you will get caught by the law enforcement. If you use the different IP address like this, then you will not get caught. You got me?
okay.
So right now I'm choosing the Brazil. How can we choose the Brazil's IP address? Go to, I'm copying this IP address, copy this IP address. Then how can you assign the how can you assign the proxy for this browser? Whenever you assign the proxy for the specific browser, only for that specific browser the IP address will change. For example, you are changing the IP address for this specific browser. So whatever the website you visit from this particular browser, only for that particular website, IP address will change. So when you use the Chrome browser now, so the IP address will not change. Why? Because you are changing the proxy in the particular browser only, not to the whole computer. You got me, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So right now I was doing this process in the Firefox. This process is same for the all browsers. On the top right side corner, you can find the more option. In the more option, go to the settings. In the settings, there was a search option will be available. In the search option, you can type the command, you can type the word called proxy, Proxy, proxy. When you type the proxy, you can find this settings like this. Okay, click on it. It is showing the hint like that the proxy is available in the settings tab. Click on the settings. When you click on the settings, it is available in the no proxy. So the proxy was not assigned for this browser. So general internet was we are using. So if you want to use the proxy for your manual thing, go for the manual proxy configuration and mention that public IP address over here. Whose public IP address it is? Brazil's. Okay. In the Brazil, someone's computer's IP address it is. Okay. In the Brazil's someone's computer's IP address. You got me? This is
yeah,
not the entire Brazil's IP address. In the Brazil, someone's random computer IP address. Okay, which is
okay,
generated by the computer. So this is the port number which can access it. Copy this IP port number 4153. The port number is 4153. Do it like this, okay? And click on the always use this proxy for the HTTPS and click on the OK. Okay. Now, what do we need to do means, what do we need to do means, search something in the internet. If the internet is loading properly means that proxy is working fine. If the internet was not working properly means that proxy is not fine. You got me, gentlemen?
okay,
Yeah.
Even if you set up properly, sometimes you cannot get the internet properly in the browser. The reason is why the packets is not traveling. I mean, the distance between the you and your target is more, might be clear.
okay,
Some people technically they can call it as proxy is dead. Okay. Otherwise, if it is not working means you can choose another proxy as well, Netherlands or Thailand or something like that. For example, UA or US. This is the US IP address. I'm going to change. Generally, free proxies are very irritating. This is the another proxy I'm going to choose and click on the OK and search again. Close the browser and again open the browser Firefox. Try to open the internet in the Firefox. See, the proxy server refers to refuse the connection. We are unable to connect to the internet because the proxy is not working. Okay, particular proxy is not working. You got me, gentlemen?
uh-huh,
In some cases, if you feel that the proxy is working, You can clear the cookies as well. Sometimes you need to clear the cookies as well. Sometimes. Okay.
And
Uh,
I've tried using a site called Proxy, if you've heard of it. So in Proxy, I have tried so I've seen that there's multiple proxies that you can use. And so like how I've done is like I've used Tor browser, which has onions different like it connects to different routers, right? So
yes.
like I've seen the mind map of how the onions from one router to another it's connecting, and I've used the same exact 190 point that so and so link. I've used the IP address, and then I pasted it for my proxy, but still that hasn't worked. But in Tor, it is working. It is connecting to that, and it is working fine.
Yes. That will also will work. Okay. So,
Okay.
so basically, how can we disable this proxy if you don't want? So go to the settings again, PROXY proxy, and go to the settings and click the normal proxy and click on the OK. Then again you will get the internet. Okay. But here the thing is you need to find out which proxy is more good. Free proxy list. We have to find the best proxy. But basically the proxy using the proxies is very irritating thing. You got me? We have to find the best proxy for us in the list. Yes or no?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So generally the proxy setup is like this. Okay. Now let me tell you how we can do the VPNs. There are lot of VPNs are available in the internet. Okay. VPN for PC. Okay. There are a lot of VPNs are available. For example, NordVPN. If you go for the NordVPN, you can download the application directly to your Windows operating system. Okay. Then you can install that in your computer. You got my point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you install that in your computer, automatically that will change the entire your network's IP public IP address, not to the specific browser. Why? Because we are installing the VPN for our computer, not to the specific browser. You got my point?
Yeah.
Okay. So there are two
Okay.
types of VPNs are there. One is browser-based VPN and another one is system-based VPN. The browser-based VPNs can only change the IP address to the browser. The system-based VPNs can change the entire computer. So whatever the applications you use, it doesn't matter. Okay. Right now I will show you the browser-based VPN. VPN for Firefox. So if you search like that, you can find a lot of VPNs are there. So there you can find the Touch VPN, right? Touch VPN. So this is an add-on for the Firefox. Let me click on the add to the Firefox. Okay. So if you observe over here, so where is my extension was installed? The extensions will be installed on the top right side corner. Are you able to see the puzzle icon on the top of
Uh-huh.
the browser? Puzzle icon.
Yeah.
So when you click on the puzzle icon, you can see over here, you just need to click on enable. Got it. So over there, you can find a lot of countries like United States, Canada, Russia, Germany, Netherlands, and the UK or something like that. So now which country you want to go for?
United
Canada.
States.
United States, okay. United States. Click on the connect. I just selected the country and just clicked on the connect. Okay. So now it was connected. That's it. Okay. So now let's check it out. Now let's check it out. Whether the IP address is changed or not. Okay, let's try to check it out. Uh, IP TRACK tracker org. Visit this particular website. So let's see the IP address changed or not. So firstly the IP address will be 172, right? So now the IP address changed into the different IP address. Let's check it. Let's click on the track now. The website, the IP address, iptracker.org website. Invalid IP address. Just refresh the browser. That's it. Refresh the page. Click on the track IP address. This is your public IP address by default. It is showing. You are in the. Give me a second. Add. So this is an United States. We are in the United States right now.
Okay.
So our IP address, our public IP address was changed to the United States. Santa. Who is the internet service provider for this ISP? This guy.
G code. G code
Okay.
labs.
So here, so if now if you use the internet to do anything, your public IP address was already changed. So you are doing something from the United States. The people will think like that, but actually you're doing from the India. You got me?
Okay.
So now how can you get back to your original IP address? Don't worry. So go to touch VPN and again stop it. So when you click on the stop, automatically you'll get your original IP address. IP track tracker org. Again, it is keep on showing this normal IP address. We just need to delete the cookies of the browser. Okay. Uh, IP. What is my IP? If you go for this particular website, so now again we got our original IP address. You got me? Okay,
Yeah.
clear. Any doubts from this? We can simply
Uh,
so which is easy, the proxy or VPN? Which is easier?
VPN.
think VPN, right?
Yes. Why? Because the VPN can be simply connectable. But the proxy, we need to do a lot of settings. We have to go for the settings option and we need to find the proxy and enable the proxy and we need to give the IP address and port number and we need to check the whether internet is coming or not. There are a lot of things out there in the proxy. But coming to the VPN can be changed the IP address from here with a single click. Okay. So this is only for the system. This is only the system-based VPN. That means only for the only the browser-based VPN. The IP address will be changeable only for the specific browser only. Why? Because I was using the browser-based VPN. But if I install the VPN in my computer, that will change the entire browsers, all the browsers' IP address. You got me?
Okay.
Now, in the today's topic, last and final thing, how we can find the IP address of the someone. Okay. For
Uh,
example, one single question, money. If I try to track your IP address, if I want to find your location, okay.
okay.
So I got your IP address, money. So which IP address I will get? Public IP address or local IP address?
Local IP address.
Local.
Again, I was asking you, man. You're chatting with me in the WhatsApp or you are
Uh-huh.
chatting with me in the Facebook. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
somehow I used my tricks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
To gather your IP address. Which IP address I will get? Local IP address or public IP address?
Local.
The local IP address only ends with the router. After the
Yeah.
router, the public IP address will come. Understanding?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
IP
To
address.
manage to manage your devices, the local IP address will be generated. That is only limited for your router location only. That is only for room only. After
Yeah.
moving to the room, moving outside of the room, your public IP address will come from the router outside. Okay,
okay, okay.
understanding? So now,
Yes,
so which IP address I will get? Public or local?
public.
Public.
Okay, very good. So how can we track the someone's public IP address, gentlemen? There are a lot of tools and techniques are available to find the public IP address of the someone. Okay, for example, one of the website is available, Grabify. So Grabify is the website, Grabify.link, link, link, Grabify.link. So what actually we can do here means we can create a simple image or simple link, okay, to attract someone. Okay, for example, if I send a picture to you, when you try to open the picture, I will get your IP address.
Oh,
Oh.
You got me?
yeah.
Yeah. Too
Okay,
interesting.
It's like these
so
scamming apps, right? It's like
uh,
how you use like scammers
s-
find your IP address.
yeah, correct. Did you see something like dating websites or something like that? Did you see that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
They will try to
Friend.
find they will try to find your IP address, and they will put your IP address in the IP tracker over the some kind of websites. And after that, it shows the cities nearby locations, right? They will say that, oh, you are
Uh-huh.
from this city, means how can you find my location? They will think like that. Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay.
So I just want to tell you one thing, Mani and Teja. So whenever we track the public IP address of the someone, sometimes they see from the same city only they will get the location, server location. Okay.
Okay.
At that moment, we'll get it. That is just like our what do we call our luck. Okay.
Okay.
So IP tracker, sorry, Grabify. So when you visit the Grabify website, you can type something over here in the URL part. You can type something. For example, hello. I typed some hello and click on the create URL. So when you click on the create URL, agree the terms and conditions. That's it. Confirm the captcha. Now, this will generate a link to you. This will generate a link to you. For example, are you able to see the new URL over here?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can copy this URL. So once you copy this URL, you can send it to the someone. The people who clicked on that URL, that link, you will get the IP address. You will get that particular person's public IP address. So based on that, you can find his location, or else you can give that IP address to the law enforcement or police department to find the criminal. Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
some people will harass us in the WhatsApp or Facebook or something like that. When they're communicating with us, if you send the link with, so we have to send this link to the WhatsApp through that medium, and after that we have to make them clickable on that link. We have to convince them to click on the link. I know where you are from. Okay, all the evidences are there in this link only. All the evidence, I found your location, check your location, something like that. We just need to probe them. So when they click on that randomly, we will get their IP address. You got me?
Yeah.
So let me send this to someone of you. Okay, I'm mentioning in the WhatsApp. So can someone click on the link, Grabify link?
Yeah. I'm clicking.
Both of you click on the link.
Yeah, I have clicked.
Okay, another
But
person.
It
It
says
says
this
nothing.
site can be reached.
Yeah, I got the information. That's not okay. That's okay. Money, click on the link. Done,
Yeah,
Money?
clicked on the link.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
done.
Okay, now I am going to refresh this page. Why? Because in the below, how many results we got? Zero results. Okay. If you want to
Yeah.
hide the bots, you just click on the hide bots. Okay. Why? Because sometimes the bots will click on automatically. Click automatically. So now refresh the web page. When you refresh the web page, the results we can get. Let's wait for it.
I think it's because you have low internet also.
I have a very low network today.
Yeah.
Turn on hotspot. Okay. So if you see here, I saw two IP addresses over here.
Second one is mine. 60.243.161.
Yeah, the first one is mine. Oh my god. Yeah. So
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, both are using the Mac, huh?
Yeah. No, no,
I'm
no.
using Mac, but he's
I'm
using
using Lenovo.
Okay. You are using the Lenovo. Okay.
But to tell those details also, Anna?
Sometimes. So I got the internet service provider details and along with your public IP address.
Path-
Okay.
Pathway is mine.
Okay. So I got the public IP address of yours and the internet service provider of you as well. So I will go with the law enforcement. I will tell that the criminal is doing the things from the this particular public IP address, and we have to tell the time as well. At what time they clicked on it. Okay.
Yeah. Also open browser name also. Chrome mobile.
Yes, that will also will give. Okay.
Yeah.
Apple device.
Okay. So based on this information, we can give it to the law enforcement. The law enforcement, so you got the public IP address, right, which is given by the internet service provider. So if the law enforcement will try to ask the internet service provider, the service provider will provide the physical address of your house.
Oh,
Okay.
You got me, gentlemen.
Yeah.
So that is the thing is we should not give the Wi-Fi password to the anyone. Why? Because if someone done any kind of crime with your Wi-Fi network, okay, you will be the responsible.
Okay.
Imagine money. Money you are actually learning the cybersecurity course, okay, and
Okay.
all your neighbors know that you are learning the cybersecurity course. At the moment, someone hacked your Wi-Fi network and they did a crime.
Okay.
Someone hacked your Wi-Fi network of your apartment and they did a crime and they went off and the police came to a house. Okay, they said that the crime was done with your IP address and the neighbors already knows that you are doing the cybersecurity course. So what people will think?
I'm done. I'm doing that one.
Such kind of situations will come. Okay.
Okay.
oh,
What will I do on that time?
See, one thing is when the crime was done with your IP address, whenever we face such kind of situations, okay, the first thing is we have to check our router logs, understanding?
okay.
Okay.
So the thing is here, definitely in the router, the IP addresses and as well as the local IP address along with the local IP address, the MAC addresses also will be saved. Okay. And
Okay.
also, when the crime happens, definitely the application will record the IP address and the MAC address and the device information as well.
Okay.
So if you can clearly argue with them, I was clearly not done this crime. The first thing is I was clearly not done with this crime. Don't have any clue how it was happen actually. Okay. So whatever the devices I connected with my router, that everything will be registered in the router along with the MAC address and the device information too. You can cross check with that. You can tell them. And as well as if any crime was happen, okay, if any crime was happen, for example, uh, someone someone created the fake nude page in the Facebook with your IP address, with your public IP address. Okay. Now the thing is,
Uh,
the Facebook can record the Facebook can record the people who created the account, the people who are using the account. The Facebook will record the MAC address and IMA numbers and the IMA number of the mobile phone and as well as the IP address. All the things will be recorded. Okay.
okay.
When you cross check in the investigations, when you do the investigation properly, you can easily escape from that. Okay. Why? Because all the evidences will be uh, doesn't matches to you. Okay.
Okay.
Why? Because the MAC address is different. Each and every device has a different type of MAC address. Your MAC address will not be matches to that device. And as well as if he is using the mobile phone or something like that, so his IMA number also will be loaded in the Facebook Meta company only. Meta company will give that. Okay. The criminal will definitely use the fake email address. So the fake email address where they created the fake emails also they will track. Okay. So maybe the Facebook account was created by your internet. Maybe the email address was already created by the some other's internet, right? So we can track in that way as well. What is the mobile phone number, what is the mobile phone number given to the email address as well? We will dig into the each and everything. Okay. So nothing to worry about it. Everything is digitally happen. It
Okay.
depends upon how you defend yourself is important money. Okay. If the police department
Okay.
does not have any kind of knowledge, so they will come like a pig and they will try to argue with you. But you have to defend yourself. So this is the thing, this is the thing, this is the thing. Okay,
Yeah.
then they will get aware of it. Okay, or else you have to approach an expert. You have to approach an expert. It was happen like this. I think you don't need to approach any kind of expert. Why? Because you are learning all these things. You got me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
For example, someone is doing any kind of crime by using the third-party application, something like Facebook, Instagram, something like that. So definitely the Facebook, Instagram, or other applications will try to record our personal information too. Personal information
Yes.
means definitely they will record our personal information, but they will not tell they will tell that we don't record it. Okay. What actually the Facebook and Instagram will give? The Facebook and Instagram will give the public IP address of the attacker and as well as the MAC address. If the person is using the mobile phone, their IMA number, all those information will be given to you. Clear?
It's
Yeah.
just gonna be easy for them to track, right? In that case, for them, not just record, but like for the crime when it's initiated, then it's easy for you to get tracked down.
Yes, we can easily get tracked. But when the time passes, all the digital evidences will get erased. So we should be hurry to track the criminal. You got me?
Yeah.
If you take like 5 months or 6 months of the time, the digital evidence will get erased.
We have to track within your time.
Sorry,
We have to track within your time.
within a time. Yes, as soon as possible.
Okay.
Okay. So, but the best thing is what you can do for the law enforcement. For example, if it is happened to your sister or a cousin or something like that, you can find that particular person's IP address as well like this. Okay, clear?
Okay.
Yes. So tomorrow we discuss about the concept called system hacking. In the system hacking, how the laptop's passwords we can break. All these things we will discuss. Okay,
Okay.
practically.
Okay.
Okay,
When
so
are we gonna install Anna or separate OS?
separate voice. Did we discuss about the virtual machine or not? Not
No,
right.
no, we have no.
Okay, tomorrow we'll try to deal with the both concepts. Okay,
Okay.
Okay. Virtual
okay, gentlemen.
machine.
So tomorrow
Yeah.
the virtual machine installation and as well as system hacking, we try to finish it. Okay,
Okay.
Okay.
okay, man. I will send the recording to
Thank
you, gentlemen. Okay, clear?
Okay.
Bye
Yeah.
bye.
Okay.
Thank you, Anna. Bye.
Okay, man.
Thank you.
So any questions for now?